Hello and welcome to my channel. If it's the first time we've met, my name is Anita Horry. I am a health coach and wellness and Pilates business coach. I'm a mentor to Pilates instructors and business owners, as well as other people who are in the movement industry. I help these people to live their life they want and live the life of their dreams, building the businesses that they've always dreamed of. I help them in all elements of their business, from finance, I am an ex-accountant, all the way up to the marketing strategies and to scaling their businesses in a way that doesn't exhaust them, doesn't make them feel super tired, overwork them or burnt out. And I'm there for them to be the mentor, to help them successfully be the entrepreneur that they've always dreamed of. So in today's session, I want to go on about how you should be streamlining your onboarding process for your group clients. So I'm sure that in your business, you want to be teaching more clients because you know that in teaching more numbers, you're going to be more profitable. In teaching more clients, more classes, you're going to manage to accumulate more profits. So how do you streamline the onboarding process of a client? Do you just wait for the clients to turn up to your door, have them register, and then take up some details and that's it, put them into class? Or do you have a streamlined policy, or do you have a process that you follow every single time you've got a client that wants to join your group sessions? And the other thing to ask yourself is, why do I streamline my processes? Well, it's going to keep a certain level of excitement. It's going to keep the customer super interested in working with you. So the client has found out about you. Maybe they've been referred from a friend, or maybe they found out about you through social media, and they've seen what you produce from what you've talked about or from what the other friends have said, but they've not really been in touch with you, have not really worked with you. So they're now excited to be working with you and they're wanting to come and work with you. So you need to keep that level of excitement. You need to keep them on board. You have to keep them interested, and you're setting a certain level of expectation. So once you've given that level of expectations, you really want to make sure that you work towards achieving what you're promising, and also keeping them on board so that they keep getting excited about being with you, working with you. Now, there are a few steps that you need to take in order for you to streamline the process of onboarding your group clients. Let's go through them together. So step one is making the decision to actually take your sessions. So the client making the decision to start your group classes. So this can happen in a few ways. First of all, it could be a client that has been recommended by a friend, as I said, or maybe they've seen social media posts and they contact you via any of your communication methods. And by the way, if you want to know the best ways to communicate with your clients, follow this video, as it's going to really help you understand how to communicate with clients. And so if the client is already interested and they perhaps communicated with you over social media or by email, and the best thing to do is actually get them interested by leading them and linking them onto your website or onto your portal where you take the onboarding of your clients. So you could send them straight into, if you already have it linked into your website, you could send them to a portal that will take them straight into the booking process. And you know, there are so many booking mechanisms nowadays, and I will be talking about them a little bit later. So it will take them straight into the booking process, and then they will come into your site, make their payment, and register to take up your group classes. Now, remember, I always recommend that you can't take anyone off the street to come and join a group class. I believe it is totally unprofessional to put people, especially when it comes to teaching Pilates on equipment. If you have a Pilates studio equipped with the specialized machinery that we've got, with the apparatus that we work on, it's very unprofessional for you to let them come and join a group class without first having known them, having got to find out anything about them and their bodies and how they work. So what I recommend here is that you get them to come and book an induction with you. So taking the onboarding process of, yes, taking the group classes, but then taking the initial 3 or 2 initial private sessions. So actually engaging them to come in to take their induction process, to take the enrollment process where they're doing the private sessions before they take their group classes is a real sure way for you to get them excited to work with you, because you're saying to them, I really truly care about your health. I really truly care about giving you the best service that I can give you. And here what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I give you some private sessions for me to understand how you work and for you to understand how I'm working as well. So there's that process first where you get them on board online, you get them to register through your portal, they can make their payment straight away if it's an online processing payment, and then they could register onto your initiation classes, initial classes, induction process, whatever you want to call it, just to get them on board to come with you, and then to later join the group classes. The other way would be if you possibly have already a private client who perhaps wants to now start joining your group sessions. Of course, you have to explain the difference between taking group sessions in opposition to private sessions. You have to make them understand that it's not just about the financial benefit for them, because obviously it's not going to be as expensive. However, you have to make them understand the difference between taking group sessions and the focus that you as a teacher have on them, and explain all this, because there's many clients that believe that because you are teaching maybe a small group of 3 or 4 people, it's still very private, still very intimate, but there's still not the same amount of attention that you would give to a private client. So in this case, the onboarding process would be slightly different, that you have to explain more. You don't really need to be explaining anymore about how your studio operates, but perhaps you have different principles and policies and procedures that are relevant to group clients, to private clients. And I'll give you a perfect example. I know in my studios, I operated a different policy with group clients, where if the clients missed classes in a group situation, they could make up their classes on a different day. If a private client misses a class, giving you the required 24 hours or whatever cancellation policy you have, they would just postpone it to another day, whereas a group client has a specific amount of time to take their sessions. Terms are different for group clients to private clients. This is how I've operated this system. I've operated it for 15 years and it's worked absolutely fine for me. Clients understand the 2 different policies, and that's where you're onboarding the client. You need to possibly make them sign new terms and conditions if they are coming onto group sessions. Also, perhaps get them to sign on to perhaps a Facebook group that you have for group clients, which I will be talking about in a few seconds. So let's go on to the second step. So if the client is reaching out to you from your website, you have to make the process fully automated. So let's look at how you move from a client inquiring from your website to actually making the purchase. So first of all, as I mentioned earlier, I would not take any client for a group session unless they have taken their initiation process, they have done their initiation process. In which case, then you need to lead the client to go straight to your website to book that first. I call it the induction process. You can call it whatever you like. It consists of a minimum of 2 private sessions to get them onboarded to your studio, to your system, to the way that you're teaching Pilates. So here we have the client booking the first few sessions, and if you have the automated process of the client wanting to book group classes, then all you do is you add your induction process and the group booking. So you will get them to actually pay for a bulk of classes, the privates and the group classes together. And that's brilliant for you because they're there committed, they've made the decision, they've gone through step 1 and they're ready and willing to pay. Now, if the client has invested in your sessions quite a hefty amount of money, because remember, the privates, you're selling them a package plus a bunch of sessions. Maybe you're talking about selling them 10 group sessions or 20 group sessions. Then this really requires something a little bit more personal. Then I would really invite them to have like an onboarding call with you. So if the client is perhaps not happy or not eager to invest such a vast amount of money into your studio without first having tried you out, then I would initiate an onboarding process where I would have that call, I would have an onboarding call with them, and maybe allocate a specific time in your schedule. And again, there are so many different portals where you can do scheduling. They would schedule some time with you from your website and either talk about your services and how your studio works online or on the phone, or maybe allocate a time where they can physically come to your studio, have a wander around, have a look, see how the studio operates. Maybe they don't need to be talking to you, but if you are a sole trader, if you are a solopreneur, then it's going to be you that they're dealing with. As you grow and as the process grows, then you're going to have staff that specifically deals with this, and then it's going to free you up from your own time, and it's going to allow you to do all the stuff that you want to be doing instead of onboarding new clients. But the onboarding of your new clients is super important. So that's why it's so great to have it done now and to have it right now and to streamline it now. So going back to this, thinking about selling them this package, selling them the induction process and the group sessions, and you want to be selling them the sessions together, it's going to cost them money. They're not quite happy to just invest straight in without maybe doing that, having that chat with you. So have it shown on your website, make it visible, make it clear, or maybe on your social media pages, whatever. If you're not sure, if you still want to find out a little bit more, let's just quickly just have a call, have a chat, and let's go through a little bit more about what I'm able to offer you, how I'm able to help you. And they're also going to see your level of professionalism and that you're not just out there to take their money. And now, of course, you're going to think, well, that's going to waste so much of my time. I want to earn my time. I want to do more. I want to use my time efficiently, and I want to be earning money if I am with a prospective client. Yes, but these few steps and this little bit of time that you're going to be taking with a prospective client is really going to build your community. So you are not there just taking people in just because you are the cheapest in town or just because you are able to offer such flexibility. You're there because you are a specialist in your field and you are building your brand. So this is super important for you to understand and differentiate between the service that you offer and perhaps what you think you should be doing just because you want to be earning your income quicker and you don't want to be wasting time with a prospective client. Because let's face it, it's not going to mean that every single person that comes to see your studio or comes in or comes on boarded with you, comes on a call with you, is going to take up your sessions. But by streamlining this, you're going to be filtering through those people who are just not really interested or are only there, are fly-by-nighters, are only there to take some sessions and quickly find the cheapest option for them and then just move on. You're there to build your client avatar, and this is a sure way to help build your brand. Now, if you are onboarding the clients online, so if the client decides to actually invest in your sessions online and makes their payment, you need to make sure you have online terms and conditions that they can sign, and they can digitally sign, and you can both have that contractual agreement from that day, from day one. You're showing them your own level of professionalism, you're showing them your own eagerness to work with them even before they've come into the studio and starting taking sessions with you. You're there, you're wanting to onboard them, you can speak to them online, you can Zoom with them, or you can maybe call them, whichever option that they prefer or you might offer them. But then once they commit and they're booking online, you have to have the registered terms and conditions, and these need to be on your website. They need to be in a format that they can sign digitally. I have used Adobe Sign before, but there's HelloSign, there is DocuSign, there's a number of other programs that you can use and integrate with your website. So really choose the one that you feel more comfortable with, that works well within your budget, and see how you can integrate it into your own website. Step 3. Now, if you have an online portal of some sort where you keep email addresses for clients where you can use for marketing purposes, or maybe you want to inform them of future events, or maybe you want to inform them of any other services or offers that you have within your studio, then you must do it at this stage. You must enter their details onto this portal so that they'll be able to follow you and get notified every time that you send something out to your clients. So, like for example, there's MailChimp and there's MailerLite, sorry, and there's also your own booking program. There are booking programs that have the accessibility to be integrated with MailChimp. I know, for example, the package that I have used for a number of years is GetTimely, gettimely.com. That has an integration that goes with MailChimp. So by entering the client details straight on, so this could also happen, again, automated from your website, goes straight onto your booking system, and then it's integrated onto your the mailing system. So I'm talking about MailChimp in this instance. So going from there, details of the client details, the name, email addresses, contact details, whatever, phone number, that's now being pushed onto MailChimp or any other form of mailing system that you have chosen. Again, depending on your budget, depending on your preferred options, then that's already in the system for you to be able to communicate with them at future events. And you know, there are many different booking programs that are integrating with MailChimp. I know for sure I said GetTimely, there's Acuity that also integrates with MailChimp, there's Calendly, there's Glowfox, and there's many others that integrate and connect with MailChimp to be able to send the clients future details of future events. Now find what is right for you, what is working for you, what is intuitive, and what is well within your budget. So you really have to just focus on that and make sure that you find the right system based on your needs. Now, you don't want there to be a long delay from the time that they made a decision to sign up. They have signed up to your classes, they have booked their sessions, they have paid for their sessions, and then what? They've signed the terms and conditions. Now what's going to happen is there's a delay of maybe 2 weeks between their booking and coming to your sessions. They're excited. They want to find out more about you. They want to know a little bit more about how you're going to be working with you. Send them a welcome email. Send them a welcome email straight away to say, welcome to our studio. So excited to be working with you. They give them a few tips of what to expect when they come to work with you. Maybe send them a video in this email. This is amazing. Show them, introduce yourself. This is so much more personal, sending the videos out. It's maybe a short 2-minute video just to say, hello, welcome to the studio. Have a look around our studio. And this is what you're going to be doing. We're going to be working on these pieces of apparatus, or this is what we're going to be working on. I'm going to be teaching you regularly, and maybe there's going to be another teacher that perhaps comes in, introduce the other teacher. Give them these tips to be able to help them settle into your studio much quicker. I send out things like tips on what they should be wearing, and perhaps things to help them. Like there are some studios that are, of course, more focused on wearing socks, and I know the contemporary studios are more focused on wearing socks in the studio, and the classical studios are not so fussed about wearing socks, and that's a different topic. I'm not going to go over that now. But what I'm trying to say, if there are recommendations that you're giving them, if there is stuff that they need to be buying before they come to the studio, then say it now, say it in the video now. If you don't want to say it in a video, put it in an email and say to them, this is what we're expecting of you. And maybe if you have clothing to sell, or if you have socks to sell, put them onto the shopping cart, send them over to your store, to your online store, and get them to buy their socks in advance and get them to buy their apparel online. And this is also extra revenue for you and for your business. They are excited. They want to go through and look through everything that you send them. So make sure that you have all this set up and you're ready to go. Now, step 4 is going to be integrating them to any of your social media groups. So you've sent the welcome email, you've had them integrate, you've integrated their email address into your MailChimp or into your mailing program, you've sent them the welcome email, and then step 4 is going to be integrating them to your Facebook group, or perhaps you have another social media group that you put all your group clients together and you share tips and you share advice, and perhaps people can come in and discuss the exercises or discuss their progress within your studio. While you're integrating them with your social media group, you're inviting them, you really need to be cheering them on and welcoming them to the group, making sure that everybody knows about them, and especially if it is the people that they're going to be working with in a specific group. If you have set times for your group classes, it is more than likely that you're going to have the same people coming to the same group every week. So these guys are going to build up a little Pilates family, a little studio family. And by introducing the new member to the group and sharing ideas and allowing everybody to welcome them and to cheer them on, and that's going to make them a little bit more relaxed and to know that these are people in similar situations that perhaps have been in their shoes maybe a few months before or a few weeks before. So this is really going to help them integrate more into your studio. I'm going to keep going about this emotional excitement that these guys are going through. Even if you send them a link to the Facebook group and to a video on the Facebook group so that they can see this little welcome email from you, or little welcome video from you rather. These guys are excited about joining. They're excited about onboarding. They have just invested so much money into your business. Now, give them the value that they're looking for. So get them on board and keep that excitement going. So you can have them add themselves into the group. You can have them add themselves or add their sessions into their calendars. Give them something that is tangible. Maybe you have a booking app. Maybe it's your scheduling program is downloaded as an app, and maybe you can ask them before they even come to your sessions to start looking at the booking app, to download the booking app, and then be able to follow their sessions on the booking app. There are so many innovations nowadays in the industry that everything is done on their phone, and it is so much easier for them to follow through their sessions and to follow through their progress. Of course, you also want to make sure that with expectations, you set boundaries. So you set up a support system and make it very clear at this very stage. At this very stage, you need to make sure that they know who to contact, how to contact, and what processes they need to go through if they feel stuck, if they have any issues, if they have questions about their sessions or maybe about your policies. Please set up this support mechanism for them so that they don't feel surprised if there is a change of schedule or if there is a change of whatever is going on in the studio. It's not coming as a surprise, they don't feel shocked, and then obviously they're going to end up disappointed later on along the way in their experience with you. So by setting the support mechanism, they're going to be feeling empowered that they've made the right decision because they've been fully informed about how you're working, and they're super excited. They're going to feel that they've made the right decision in investing their money with you. And this is your goal. This is absolutely your goal. This is where you want to be. You want people to be super excited and driven to continue working with you. You don't want anyone to pay their money and then after a few sessions they feel this isn't the right thing for me, and maybe I haven't been told about this thing or that thing, and no, this isn't for me, I'm going to move on. You don't want to be losing clients after they've set up and they've started with you. Step 5 is to add them to whatever community that you might have. So I have just mentioned adding them to a Facebook group or whatever social media group you have to welcome people in group sessions, but perhaps you have a system where you integrate all your clients into another group, into another social media group, or maybe you send regular newsletters to clients, and you have them integrated with people who come privately and group sessions. So whichever groups, whichever community, whichever other community you have, make sure they're integrated within it. So maybe you decide you have regular events for clients, maybe you have an off Pilates event outside of the studio where you perhaps have a pizza night or a wine night or whatever it might be. Make sure they're in that system to be included in these events. And if perhaps clients don't want to be joining your Facebook groups, make sure there is another system where you get to notify them. And this is your onus. This is on you to make sure that if the client opts out of social media, because there are clients who don't want to be on social media, then absolutely fine. Just make sure you have it in another system where you know you can include that client in any of the events that you organize. This is a way for you to foster community and connection within your studio. I really, truly highly recommend that. Step 6 is about 2 follow-up emails. So the first email is going to come about 4 days after they have started their sessions with you. So after they've onboarded. It's just a quick email just to check in and to see if everything's okay, if they've enjoyed their first session or 2, and if they have got any burning questions for you about the studio, about their sessions, about their teacher, about their colleagues in the sessions, whatever it might be. This is a way for you to start showing your care in your community, to be able to integrate the clients, to be your ambassadors, to help them feel more welcome, to help them feel more relaxed by attending your sessions at your studio. You also want to help them feel crystal clear and super excited about the decision that they've made. So you want to be sharing more resources. So if you've got videos you can share with them, you can send it to them as homework. You can link them to your YouTube channel. You can link them to videos that you've created just for your personal clients. If you don't have videos yourself, don't be shy, don't be afraid to send them videos of other teachers that you recommend, because it is all showing that you care about their progress. So go ahead and share this information. Maybe you have a list of exercises or recommendations, and if you feel that the client has come to you, perhaps for example with the aim of losing weight, and you know that Pilates isn't going to do the trick on its own, maybe you have some recommendations you can give to the client for nutritionists or perhaps other fitness instructors that can help them with doing more cardiovascular work. All this is showing that whole community feel. It's showing that you really care and you're invested in their progress. Whatever you're sending to them is adding value to what they've signed up for. And the second email comes about a week after you've sent the first email out, and it's just literally just saying, we're very happy to have you here, we're super excited, we love you on board, we love your progress so far, and please, if you have any burning questions, if you have any issues, please to reach out to us. And that's it, really. It's just saying to them, we're here, we're excited about your progress, we want to be able to help you. If you have any other questions, you know where we are, this is where we're at. And the client is going to be super excited. They're going to feel that they are part of a community. They're not just going out to the gym and working out and nobody really cares about them, or they're just a number. This is you showing how much you care for them. So that's really it. This is the 6 steps to take to onboard your group clients, to onboard your clients onto your system, onto your programs, and really feel that you're building that brand, you're building that community, and you're wowing your clients. Now, I've got a question for you. Give me, right down below, give me whatever, tell me whatever wowed you as a Pilates teacher. Tell me whatever wowed you as a teacher. Do you feel that these tips resonated with you? Is there something that you're doing that perhaps I haven't mentioned in this video? Or did I mention something in this video that you said, wow, this is a really brilliant idea? What was it? Which one was it? Share your thoughts with me. And of course, if you know anyone who could benefit from watching this video, please do share. And don't forget, hit the like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell to be notified every time I upload a video online. Until my next video, goodbye.